Hey guys, I was asked to please go over Buddy Fairchild's kit one more time and talk a little bit about him. So I figured that in today's video, we're gonna talk about the character Ezio. I'm just kidding, I'm sorry. So let's go over Buddy Fairchild's kit, starting off with his insight. His insight number 1 says that whenever an ally of yours would use an ultimate, then Buddy Fairchild gains 2 stacks of friendship badge. And that is already everything that Buddy Fairchild is about. He's about getting stacks of friendship badge. Friendship badge makes it so that your attack stat is increased by plus 3% and you can gain a total of 10 friendship badge stacks. His insight number 3 says that at the start of the round, if you have 10 stacks of friendship badge, you gain a Moxie. And if you now cast your ult while holding 10 stacks of friendship badge, this ultimate would not cost any AP. Alright, so we gotta get to 10 stacks of friendship badge as soon as possible, and we're gonna accumulate Moxie as fast as possible. That's why you should play this character together with Melania. Now we of course have other means to gain friendship badge stacks. That is by his incantation number 1, which is a buff, and it grants yourself 5 stacks of friendship badge already. If you would gain above 10 stacks of friendship badge by using this buff incantation here, then you would grant yourself a Moxie. If you grade this incantation up to rank 2, then you will gain 7 stacks of friendship badge, and on rank 3 it would give you all 10 stacks of friendship badge. So it is of course, needless to say, very beneficial to rank this incantation number 1 here, this buff incantation, up to faster gain these stacks of friendship badge that you so desperately need. Then his incantation number 1, it's a one target attack, unfortunately. It deals 200% reality damage, which hits the numbers, and you grant yourself 2 stacks of friendship badge. Again, if you rank this up, you would of course increase the damage dealt, and you gain now 3 stacks instead of 2, and on rank 3 you gain even 4 stacks of friendship badge. Now, I just said that it's a one target attack is a little bit unfortunate. That is because you cannot make full use of the Passion Drain that Melania applies, as your incantation number 1 is a buff, it doesn't deal any damage and therefore doesn't make use of Passion Drain. Now, his second incantation being a one target attack limits the use of Passion Drain a little bit, but make no mistake, it is still very beneficial and even kind of needed, honestly, to play this Buddy Fairchild character together with Melania. Alright, now it's time to look at his ultimate, and this is where things start to get interesting, so let's do that. Here it is. It's called Antarctic Advance Party. What it does, don't pay too much attention to the numbers just yet. I'm still gonna read them off though, to put this into perspective later. It is a mass attack. It deals 300% reality damage to all enemies, and you consume all stacks of friendship badge that you have. Each stack that is consumed that way will deal an extra 50% reality damage to, of course, all enemies. If the number of stacks consumed is 10, then you are guaranteed 100% to crit with this ultimate. Since you will always have 10 stacks of friendship badge, 100% guaranteed, this ultimate will always crit no matter what. It has an additional effect though, and that is that after you attacked with this ultimate, you increase the damage dealt of all allies by 30% for 3 rounds. Now all of this does look very mediocre if you are familiar with how numbers in general look. But make no mistake, because it gets much better. If you keep the numbers here a little bit in mind, we will figure out right now why that is. That is because we get not only Buddy Fairchild for free, but we get him at P5 for free. And if we now go and look at his portrays, this is where things become rather insane. Because you don't need to look at portray number 1 and 2, those are pretty irrelevant as they will be overlapped by the following portrays. So let's start off and taking a look at portray number 3 here first. When you use your ultimate, the damage increase to all of your allies would normally be 30%, as we just saw. Now it is 45% though. That's a massive increase because it counts for every single one of your allies. And now shit hits the fan. His portray number 4 says that your ultimate now doesn't deal 300% reality damage anymore, but 500. Okay, pretty good, but hold your horses and read portray number 5. Now it gets truly out of control, because it says when you use your ultimate, the extra reality damage per stack of friendship badge that you consume is now 100% instead of just 50. Why is that insane? If you do the math, that is pretty easy. Then you know you have 10 stacks of friendship badge. And each stack that you consume increases the damage dealt by this ultimate by 100. If you now consume all 10 stacks, that is plus 1000% reality damage. And if you combine this 1000% with the 500 that the ultimate now deals at default, then you guessed it, you deal 1500% reality damage to your opponents, all of your opponents. And don't forget that each stack of friendship badge also increases your attack stat by 3%, which will increase the damage that this deals even further, right? And also doesn't stop here, because this 1500% is only counted towards the very first ultimate that you use, because every ult that you use after the first one gains an additional 45% damage added on top of it. And don't forget that this ultimate is 100% guaranteed to always crit. So over 1500% of reality damage that is 100% guaranteed to crit hit all of your enemies every second or third round. You know? And it, of course, there are more damage numbers that stack here. To figure out what these numbers exactly are and what is it that stacks, let's take a look at the characters that you should play Buddy Fairchild together with. Here we are. Buddy Fairchild is of course part of the ultimate archetype, which means that you have to pair him with Melania. That is very beneficial because you stack up on Moxie way quicker by using Melania. Also, you can stack up something called Fixed Plan. This is stackable up to 6 times, and each stack increases your ultimate might by 12%, which is what Buddy Fairchild wants. He wants ultimate might, as he doesn't profit from crit rate, as he's already 100% guaranteed to always crit. And characters that provide him with said ultimate might are Muldir, for example. Muldir would be the best choice to pair with Buddy Fairchild. In fact, the problem with Muldir is that she would be expensive and you will have to pull her after Nautica, right? She will be released after Nautica. If the Nautica banner goes away, it's time for Muldir. It is not recommended to pull for this character, so that would be a heavy investment that is deemed not worth it. If you want a budget version and another 5-star in this team, then you can also go for Name Day. Name Day provides Buddy Fairchild with stacks of Ceremonious, which, you guessed it, increases his ultimate might. And Name Day has an ultimate that lasts for 3 rounds that increases Buddy Fairchild's ultimate might by 50%, which is a rather large amount. So Name Day, also a very good option to pair together with Buddy Fairchild. Then, yeah, you would have to wait for version 3.0, but there you can get your hands onto Getian, who gets the Euphoria update, and he would also provide ultimate might to Buddy Fairchild, and he's very AP friendly on top of that, so that would be splendid. The problem with Getian is, unfortunately, that he is released in version 3.0 with Euphoria, and the same scenario occurs for Centurion, and you should replace Buddy Fairchild in version 3.0 in this team with the character Centurion. But I mean, try yourself Buddy Fairchild, use him in the ultimate archetype team together with Melania, in case you don't have the characters Recoleta or Noir. See how much you like him, if he is for your taste good enough. And if the answer would be yes, then you can save resources and you don't have to invest into Centurion. And there you go. There might be other characters in this game actually that provide him with stacks of Ceremonious, that provide him with ultimate might. All of these characters will be very beneficial to pair together with Buddy Fairchild. Don't make the mistake though to pair him with characters like, for example, Mercuria, that increases crit rate, as again he doesn't profit from that at all. Now when it comes to his rotations, very easy, right? All you want to do is you want to use your buff, you want to rank up that buff so that you grant yourself the friendship badge stacks as fast as possible. Once you reach 10 friendship badge stacks by using your incantation number 1 and even 2, you have a faster Moxie regeneration, because every time you overflow these friendship badge stacks, you grant yourself an extra Moxie, and you have Melania, who also grants you extra Moxie. So every second to third round you will be able to hit like an absolute truck with his ultimate. For the healer spot in this team, it doesn't matter, you can pair them with whatever you want. The ultimate archetype doesn't have the healer yet. So there you go. That was it about Buddy Fairchild. I hope that was fun and informative. Please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.